Everyone needs a good Christmas cookie recipe, and this one makes it seem like you're a baker, but they are so easy to make and they freeze really well.
So good.
So these are my mom's strawberry and walnut thumbprint cookies, and they're a very old recipe, so you know that they're good. So you're gonna start off with some butter and sugar, a couple of egg yolks, a little bit of lemon juice, and then you're gonna add your dry ingredients and give this a really good mix until you can form little balls. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna add your balls to those egg whites and then into some walnuts, cover them really well, and then I press them right in the middle with a little spoon, bake them for 5 minutes, and then I like to press them down again just so it keeps that little thumbprint shape in the middle. Continue baking for another 10 minutes, and once they come out, they're gonna be so buttery and so delicious. Add your favorite jam. I use strawberry. So simple, but so good. The full recipe is linked in my bio.
Y'all loved our Texas sheet cake so much, we turned it into cookies.
Texas sheet cake is not only a favorite in Texas, but all over the South. It's a riff on a German chocolate cake with chocolate and pecans as the star of the show. What I love most about chocolatey Texas sheet cake, though, is the melty, gooey, cooked chocolate icing, which is, in my opinion, far superior to a chocolate buttercream. I mean, buttercream has its place, don't get me wrong, but something about this old-fashioned cooked chocolate icing just does it for me. These cookies are dipped in that icing and topped with chopped pecans, of course, but for an even more fun touch, chopped turtles. After this, I think we should start turning more of our favorite cakes into cookies.
I have that strawberry shortcake toy doll who was actually supposed to smell like strawberry shortcake, and she had like red hair and like a strawberry hat. Although I feel like she didn't really smell like strawberry shortcake, maybe like some kind of artificial strawberry. I don't know. That's kind of like a technicality there. I always thought she smelled really delicious though, which always made me think of what my signature scent would be. But probably be like vanilla or maybe even chai if we really wanted to get fancy. Either way, that's what these strawberry shortcake cookies remind me of, and what I was thinking of the entire time I was cooking them and smelling the strawberries. Which is why these strawberry shortcake cookies are absolutely delicious. Not only are they full of sugar, strawberries, and delicious white chocolate chips, but they have a little dash of nostalgia in there. And I mean, who doesn't want that from time to time?
No holiday celebration is complete without cookies. We turn 24 eggs into 5 treats easily using our favorite versatile cookie dough ratio. From toffee brown butter pretzel chocolate chip cookies to PB&J Linzer cookies and more. Give Santa the ultimate selection of cookies and make some memories along the way. If you only try one cookie, try the crushed peppermint top cookie. It's my personal favorite. Set aside a weekend afternoon to bring this holiday dessert table to life for your friends and family.
Wait, hear me out. If you only like thin, maybe underbaked, slightly crunchy cookies on the edge, I promise you're still gonna like these too. I was not a fan of thick cookies until I tried these. Into my stand mixer, I have very cold butter. I gave it a quick mix, and now I'm adding both of my sugars, brown sugar and granulated sugar. Next, I'm adding whatever I want, really, so I use chocolate chunks and toffee pieces. Give that a quick mix until it comes together, kind of like a dough. Remember, it's very important that your butter was cold when you started this. Now we're gonna add in those dry ingredients. I sifted mine off camera, but it's basically just plain flour, self-rising flour, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. And here I'm just adding 2 already beaten beaten eggs into there. This is going to make it come together into a dough. You want to form your balls, freeze them for at least 2 hours, and then bake them for about 19 to 20 minutes at 355 degrees Fahrenheit. Let them cool so the center is set, and then enjoy!
Strawberry cheesecake cookies. Ini salah satu resep kue kesukaanku. Hari ini masak praktis bareng Mito, bisa buat kue lebaran ataupun ide jualan. Sini aku ajarin buatnya pakai oven Moss 999 dari Mito. Oven ini kapasitasnya besar dan ada diamond cavity, jadi hasilnya tuh cepat matang dan warnanya coklat merata. Di dalam ovennya juga ada lampu, jadi kita bisa memantau proses manggangnya. Pertama kita campurkan cream cheese sama butternya dulu, baru masukkan gula, telur sama vanilla extract. Di sini aku nggak punya, jadi aku pakai madu. Dan yang paling terakhir masukkan bahan keringnya. Masukkan kulkas sekitar 1-2 jam, dan langsung kita buletin aja adonannya, terus balurin dengan remahan kue. Langsung aja kita panggang di suhu 180 derajat selama 15 menit. And seriusan udah selesai, tinggal tambahin selai strawberry di atasnya. Guys, ini tuh benar-benar enak banget, pokoknya kalian harus cobain. Gimana, praktis kan masak pakai oven Moss 999 dari Mito? Belinya di Marketplace Official Mito atau di toko offline dari seller terdekat di kota kamu ya.
Let's make oatmeal chocolate chip M&M cookies. And this is the final result.
A year ago, I started a series called Cookies Inspired by TV Shows and Movies, and these are all the cookies I made. Eggo waffle cookies for Stranger Things, serial killer cookies for Criminal Minds, buried treasure cookies for Outer Banks, cookie stuffed soft pretzels for The Office, coffee cake cookies for Gilmore Girls, Nestle Toll House cookie stack for Friends, cheese jerky cookies for Hannah Montana, chocolate coconut cookies for Grey's Anatomy, 4 Elements cookies for Avatar, chilled milkshake cookies for Riverdale, cinnamon bun cookies for Schitt's Creek, shortbread cookies for New Girl, lace cookies for Gossip Girl, blueberry pancake cookies for Vampire Diaries, cookie shots for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, peanut butter Oreos for The Parent Trap, dirt cup cookies for The Lion King, stuffed red velvet cookies for WandaVision, butterbeer sorting hat cookies for Harry Potter, waffle cookies for Parks and Rec, apple crisp cookies for Once Upon a Time, froyo cookies for The Good Place, chilled peach pie cookies for Ginny and Georgia, Earth Day cookies for Planet Earth, Wookie Whoopie pies for Star Wars, baseball and dirt cookies for The Sandlot, Into the Thick of It cookies for The Backyardigans, and strawberry shortcake cookies for To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
It's hard to whack anything with Biscoff in it, and these Biscoff cookies were right up there. As usual, I'll list the ingredients in the caption. Add your butter and sugars to a bowl and beat these until they're well combined and smooth. Pop in your eggs and vanilla extract and beat this again. Now lump in your Biscoff spread and mix this throughout. Add in your flour, corn flour, baking powder, bicarbonate of soda and salt, along with your finely crushed Biscoff biscuits. Mix this all together until it's combined. Add in your roughly crushed biscuits along with your white chocolate and fold of this throughout the mixture. This mix made 12 130 gram cookies. Shape them into cookie balls and get them onto a baking tray with some greaseproof paper. Launch them into a fan assisted oven on 170 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes. You want them slightly underbaked in the middle so they're nice and soft and chewy. Allow them to cool in the tray for about 20 minutes and then fully on a wired rack. Then decorate them any way you'd like. I plastered them in some Biscoff spread, white chocolate and some crisp Biscoff biscuits. Let me know in the comments if you have any cookie ideas and I'll give a few recipes a go.
Know when you see something on the internet that looks so good but there's no recipe and you really want to make it so you get obsessed? That's what happened to me with these naptime cookies, and here's how I reverse engineered them. The first thing I did was find a good base recipe to work off of. I've made the BA's Best Brown Butter Chocolate Chip Cookie before, so I had a good sense of how they would turn out. I like to take my brown butter all the way to the edge, and the thing I like about this recipe is that you then add cold butter into the melted brown butter. The only big tweak I made to the base was using 2 whole eggs instead of 1 whole egg and 2 yolks because I knew I was adding other things to this recipe that would increase the richness. These are basically a variation on a monster cookie, so I wanted to use M&M's Minis and 60% Ghirardelli bittersweet chocolate, which I pulsed in the food processor. And the thing that had me really obsessing over these cookies was the fact that they had a soft caramel center, so I used Werther's Original soft caramels because they're my favorite. I portioned the dough using a cookie scoop and pressed the caramel into the center and kind of covered it up, then I put tons of flaky salt on them. First I baked them from the fridge on parchment, and then I baked them from frozen on a silicone mat, and they were even better. They might just be my new favorite cookies.
Welcome back to my Christmas cookie series. This is a very special recipe because there is a bakery in my hometown growing up that shut down after being in business since the 1930s, I think, and somebody sent me their secret recipe. I'm so excited to share it with you. To start, you need 3 eggs in a bowl, 1 1/4 cup of sugar, and you're going to mix that together. Keep mixing it to where it looks like this. Then you're going to add a dash of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla, and then you're going to add an overflowing 1/2 cup of cake flour or just regular flour if you don't have that. And then you're going to add in 6 ounces of pecans and a pound of pitted dates, but you're going to have to chop them up to where they're very fine. This did not work. I would recommend hand chopping them like this. Put them in the mixture. You're going to mix it all together. You're going to put your oven at 350 and you're going to bake them for 10 to 15 minutes. And I just use a small cookie scooper to scoop them onto a lined pan like this. And they kind of flatten out, so make sure to put them a good width apart. This made a lot of cookies. I'm going to say around like 30-ish cookies all together. Apparently, they're better if you refrigerate them for a day or 2. They're super chewy. Love the date flavor in them. Highly recommend. Please like and follow my series for more cookie content. I have many more days to go, and thanks for watching my video.
It is time for the brown butter chocolate chip cookie recipe. It ain't mine, but I'm going to share it with you. The original creator talks kind of fast in his video. I'm a little slower, so I'll break it down for you. The recipe uses chocolate chips, but I prefer to chop up the chocolate. And the secret ingredient is brown butter. As the butter melts, it will develop foam. That's actually a good indicator that water has started to evaporate. You gotta keep going, and eventually milk solids will develop, giving it that nice nutty aroma and that beautiful amber color. We were supposed to chill the browned butter, but he didn't mention how long. His looked more like a slushy texture. Mine definitely did not, but you know what? Whatever, let's just roll with it. Then add in light or dark packed brown sugar and then granulated sugar. Mix that all together. It looks like wet sand. And make sure your eggs are room temperature, 2 whole eggs, 1 egg yolk, and then some vanilla. Mix it around until smooth, and then add in the flour mixture. Gently fold in the flour. I would go about 75%, and then add in the chopped chocolate or chocolate chips, whichever. Make sure you save some to decorate. Get that all folded in, and then once the flour is just fully added in, stop mixing. I normally refrigerate my cookie dough 30 to 45 minutes to get it more solid, but they still were soft after that time, so I'm gonna put it in the freezer as he suggested. These dough balls are 1.5 ounces each, and I was able to get 25 cookies out of them. Bake these frozen dough balls until desired doneness. I went for 9.5 minutes and it was perfect for me. I then added a few more chocolate pieces to each cookie to make it more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And then added some flaked sea salt to each one because I love that salty sweet combination. And this just came out of the oven so ooey gooey. Easy, simple. Hope y'all enjoy.